There we go. Test, test, test. And yeah, we are set. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Loki's over here getting some love, I guess you could say. I don't have any treats for him right now. I gave him the last of his treats. Oh, I guess he has treats, but they're upstairs. So he's over here giving me eyeballs, but he'll get treats later on. So anyway, happy to see all of you guys back. Bitcoin's had an amazing day. We're going to talk about that and everything else. Hey, Nicholas 00 Wolf. Mr. Joker, happy to see you back again. And sorry about the cougar in New York. That would have freaked me out. My dog would have probably come back in running scared, I hope. I don't want him to fight no cougar. And hey, Joker, things are going pretty well. I spent most of the day outside today. I took Loki to the beach, even though it was raining. We had a little bit of a walk. Went to the store, bought some hair conditioner. Bought some hair product, like some holder for my hair, because I've never tried holder before. Normally I just, conditioner and oil, maybe that's it. So I'm going to try that. And then I saw Bitcoin was popping off after I made a video for you guys this morning. Then all of a sudden, boom, we had a really good day. And hey, Bideford, happy to see you back as well. Earlier today, I'm not entirely sure what time I posted it. Doopity, doopity, doopity. There we go. It was 9 hours ago, I guess now, and I posted a video saying Bitcoin wanted to move fast. The chart did not look as good as it did back then when I posted the video. In fact, I didn't even have my whole light setup done. But I was talking about how we were most likely going to try to attack this 50-day moving average here. And then if we did, we'd have an opportunity to try to push up even higher because we needed to have a breakout in order to stop this death cross that looks like it's going to appear sometime later on in the next few next few weeks, which is the death cross between the 200 and the 50 and the 20, all kind of muddling each other up, so to speak. So that was a good call here. I'm happy about that. I had told you guys a couple days ago I was going to start buying some altcoins. I'm trying to remember these videos because I'm trying to post more for you guys. Not so much stream because my camera's still in the shop and still no updates, so they haven't even started fixing it yet. But I did a short video a few days ago. Oh, Bitcoin pops, what I'm doing next. That was a few days ago. So that was after the first little pop that we had over here. I think over here, something like that. But basically, I started to accumulate some altcoins here. I'm going to try to hold them for the next few days, and I'll let you guys know how they do. Excuse me. One of the things before we start going in here to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is continuing to rise today, is I want you guys to take a quick peek here at some of the stuff that's been happening in the last 30 days. That way you guys have an idea of how bad things are or how good things are depending on certain coins, okay? So you have stuff like in the last, like Ape token, which is something we talk about. I don't think we ever talk about Flare here, but ApeCoin down 35%, Pepe down 38%, Polygon down 26%, and so forth, okay? We got a few that haven't been dropping down as much as that, but still been dropping. I think Dogecoin may be one of those ones because we love Dogecoin here, but yeah, Dogecoin's down 13%. So far in the last 30 days, not really bad. There's a lot of stuff that's a lot worse than Dogecoin, as we just kind of saw here. But just as a little bit of a heads up, guys, there are a lot of tokens that have gone down a lot as the Bitcoin dominance has climbed. Bitcoin dominance still seems to be going up, and one of the ways to kind of see that short term is right now Bitcoin is up about 1.5% over the last couple. Well, it's up more than that, but the last few minutes up about 1.5%, and you have a lot of altcoins that are still down, like not even 1% or so. So I'm thinking altcoins are going to have their own little mini run here. And hopefully have some breakouts because they've been getting demolished here. Some of the altcoins that I'd say, hey, keep an eye on them. Of course, Ethereum is always something. We're looking to break above the 50-day moving average today for Ethereum. So as long as Bitcoin keeps on going strong, Ethereum might make the way back up here to like $1,900. I'd probably sell around $1,900 if I'm doing a short-term trade. All right. Some of the other stuff here is ADA, which has been getting hammered off of all the news going on. This is going to be something else you guys might want to check out. The weekly chart for this one did bounce off of that support level that we talked about earlier, but we did break down, we did find a support level, and now if we're lucky, we should have a nice little boom here, maybe back up to 29.30 cents if we're lucky. If this is a little bit of a nicer breakout, it may go back up to 33, 34 cents. Keep that in mind. Afterwards, you got Dogecoin here. Dogecoin, the same similar thing as ADA, except for where ADA doesn't really have any moving averages close to it, maybe the 20-day. Dogecoin has a moving average really close, and I'd like to see Dogecoin pop back up towards 7 cents, and then people can start to take some profits off if you guys are short-term trading. Ape token, it's already up 3.5% because it did fall down so much relative to everything else. Matic is one of those things as well, had some really bad drops. But if you look at some of those tokens that had the worst drops, they're doing a little bit better today, so people are buying back into them. Be careful if you guys go down that road, but right now you're going to be in a little bit more of a bullish attitude when day trading or swing trading some of these altcoins, which is going to be great. And if you guys are, buying anything right now or doing any swing trades, you guys have some easy support levels. On the daily chart for Matic, it's 55 cents, which is a pretty big stop loss. If you guys want to go over here to the 4-hour chart, maybe just the 15-hour chart, 15-minute chart, you can use a support level of 62 cents, but it's just kind of boomed here in the last, a couple hours or so. So as long as Bitcoin's going up, you may see altcoins try to gain back just a touch of that dominance that Bitcoin's just been, Bitcoin dominance has just been going freaking crazy. Let me see if I can find the chart for you guys very fast here. Bitcoin dominance chart. Let's squeeze on over here for the last few months. There we go. And you can see we've been going higher and higher and higher. And all of a sudden, we're kind of around 49%. We haven't been around 49% in quite a bit of time here. So this is some good news for everybody that wants to see Bitcoin gain some dominance back. Because when Bitcoin dominance falls, you see altcoins getting some big pumps. The altcoin cycle, everything like that, okay? So keep an eye out for some of these plays. But you can see a lot of these just took off out of nowhere. So when you guys are, trading next time, just be a little bit careful with it. Matic is just going sky high here. Since the lows, it's up around 10%, and that's just in about 10 hours or so. And even right now, you can see Matic is just going boom, just pumping, pumping, pumping. Bitcoin is also pumping, pumping, pumping. You guys are going to see a lot of plays like that here pretty soon. And there we go, $29,000 on Bitcoin. Now it's just breaking through. So a lot of the shorts that accumulated over the past week, they seem to be all getting their butts kicked, let's just say that. But we can leave it on Bitcoin here for the next few minutes. If you guys have any questions on altcoins, anything like that, feel free to shoot. There's going to be a pretty busy day here today. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on at this point. I think I have like one long as far as altcoins with leverage at this point. I think that's something like Tomo. I think that's what it is before I go back to Bitcoin. Tomo, crypto. And it's moving up a little bit higher now in the last 15 minutes. Let me actually close that trade here. Futures. I have a stop loss on it or something like that. Yeah, it's up $300 something, $400. My price target I think is up. Yeah, this isn't even Tomo. Tomo's right here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, my price target is 131, but since I'm streaming right now, let's take that profit of what is that 127. Let's just make it 127 here. Oh, let's go over here to advanced close. 127. I think I can live with that. $391, maybe $350 by the end of all this with fees and stuff. There we go. Okay, it may go a little bit higher, but you guys know I get really skittish when I'm streaming with you guys. So Tomo ended up working out. No more trades for now, but that was a great little move there. Again, altcoins are definitely, I told you guys this a few days ago, but altcoins are where I'm kind of stacking my money. I don't have any more leverage trades out there. Most of them are kind of like larger spot trades where I'm just holding for 5, 10% and hoping for that. I'm hoping for 5 or 10%. Not all of these altcoins have actually gone up. Some of my Matic has gone up, but I'm going to sell that here pretty soon, etc., etc. Okay, so nice little trade right there, though. I totally forgot about that one, but Tomo is one of those things where it was a big runner a few weeks ago. Yeah, it came back down, had a big pop here a while ago. I'm only taking advantage of that small move from here to here. Nothing else. It may keep on going higher. Awesome if it does, but you guys know. Gotta take my time here. But my main point is Bitcoin just broke out. It's continuing to move higher. We did take a little bit of a break right here as we consolidated after this little breakout. Let's go over here to maybe the 15-minute chart. Settle down for a little bit, just breaking out there, and boom, we're hitting that next level of resistance, which if we go over here to the 4-hour chart, you can see like four-ish peaks around this level, around 29,763. That's really our next level of resistance. Don't be surprised if we cool off a little bit before making that run up there, though. Bitcoin at this point is having a very nice time, and boom, those little breakouts, breakout, hold, boom. That's all you really want to see right there. But yeah, Bitcoin's tearing apart the shorts. We did break 29,000. We're back down to 28,900. But overall, guys, a very, very good day. I have to say so. And hey, Scott, I watch as long as I can. I'm at Glastonbury Festival in UK. Oh, no, Glastonbury Festival in UK. Dude, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the stream and enjoy the festival, my man. I love festivals. I haven't been to a festival in a hot minute. I think it's the summer solstice here today or tomorrow, but it's like pouring down rain outside, so it doesn't feel too summer-like here, but maybe that's the Pacific Northwest summer, I guess you could say. And hey, Max Power, I am doing very well. Thanks for asking. I hope you're doing very, very well as well. Bought Matic at, about 59 cents or so. How far can it go? Right now with Bitcoin going higher, you bought around 59 cents. It's up to 65. That next level of resistance seems to be pretty close by. I'd probably give you a little bit of a resistance box up here. Somewhere between 66.39 and up here towards 67.86. It can always go a little bit higher here. I'd probably just toss on one of those Fibonacci extensions. Let's go back up here. About. Stopped there. Broke out. 15 minute. Yeah, just broke out of it very nicely. Yeah, right within that support limit or that resistance limit, you could say somewhere up here of 6666. That's somewhat of a decent level at this point. But don't be afraid to take some profits off if you want to. I'm the type of guy when I see a candle like this, I can't help but sell, which is why you just saw me sell literally live on stream, because I'm like, oh, this is a pretty big pop. Even if I have a plan, I instinctively want to sell during a big peak like this. And sometimes it works out and we just keep on going down. Sometimes we just keep on going higher. Most of the time we keep on going higher and I don't care about it. But that's a little bit of my lack of self-control when it comes to trading. And I'm watching the markets like, avidly, like, oh my gosh, here we go. Just made like 390 bucks in about half an hour's worth of time, right? You think of how much you have to work for that, on average. I used to work for $8 an hour back when I was in college. It tweaks your mind a little bit. Okay, well, I made like $400, $300, whatever it is, somewhere in between. That's good enough for me for a few hours of work or a half an hour's work, plus all the other stuff. But I would say around 66666. That's decent enough. If you want to have a little bit of a different level, you can go over here to 66. Looks like there's an order block over here as well. That's just matching up to this first one. So yeah, pretty much there. If you want to be conservative about it, you can start selling now. If you want to be more moderate, you can wait a little bit longer. For me, I'm the type of guy that sells too early, so I would say I would sell at least a portion of it off right now. But again, I tend to sell too early. You talk to anybody that's been watching me for a while, you know for a fact I tend to sell too early because I'm like, I made my money, I take my money, I spend my money, just like that. Okay, so. For now, it's still rocking and rolling. It's having a little bit of a pullback now. That's okay. Nothing to freak out about. It's just because we just had a massive boom. It happens to every freaking thing. You can imagine a large fair value gap appearing right here. Okay. And now Bitcoin's doing the same thing. But again, everything just managed to have these smaller breakouts. And that's what you're seeing at this point. Okay. All right. I'm saying okay a lot, and I apologize for that. I did a tutorial video for that Opus Clip website. And every few seconds I said, okay. What's right here? And I miss Joker. Yeah, I mean, right now, some of the good news that we've been seeing today has been a lot of Wall Street players getting into cryptocurrency saying, I want to do a spot Bitcoin ETF, all this type of stuff going on. And I didn't know this was going to happen, but you guys remember that I posted a short, I think just yesterday or the day before yesterday, and I was explaining to you guys how one of my theories is that, those people who work at the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, a lot of them are kind of swampy characters. If you guys don't know what swampy means, it basically just means they're part of this establishment who likes to enrich themselves, so to speak. So that's what the higher-ups usually do. And my thesis, or my theory here, and it's a tinfoil hat theory. I don't know if I have a tinfoil hat. I have a doggy bag for my dog, a very nice doggy bag, actually. Okay, whatever. It's a pack of them. Tinfoil hat theory, doggy bag theory here. Basically saying that Gary Gensler is helping Wall Street, large Wall Street players get into the crypto markets by trying to get all of the established exchanges kicked out of America and just letting all the American Wall Street exchanges come up and about. Now, we'll see how that really comes down in the long run. I don't think he's going to be successful with getting Binance out of the country or Coinbase out of the country. However, you have seen a lot of institutional interest in Bitcoin over the last few days, and that is very exciting. I remember I was looking on Twitter and I saw Watcher Guru posted a video or a tweet about a new crypto exchange coming out from like BlackRock or somebody like that. I don't quote me on that, but what is it? New crypto exchange. Yeah, it's like EDX or something like that. EDX. Oh yeah, EDX markets. Okay, so let's get rid of this very fast. So this is not for everybody like me or you. I don't believe. I think EDX is. There we go. Join EDX. So this is like for Wall Street players who want to get in on the crypto game, but don't want to actually have. They don't want to actually have like an open exchange. So this is a little bit different. So that it's not like you guys can just go over here and kind of look at all the charts and data on the main screen. It's not like a Binance or a Coinbase with all that data is there in front of you. It's not like that. So over time, maybe it'll be like this, but this seems to be for large players. So you got to have a forum. You got to have your firm that you're at. So it has to be a firm. And then you get some other stuff like EDX membership application, EDX user agreement, retail member application, all types of stuff here. Member due diligence overview PDF. Like they have a bunch of stuff. Look at this. Has the company been subject to any regulatory or enforcement action in the past 5 years? Yes, no. If yes, please explain. You think you wouldn't have to do this as an adult or on Wall Street, but yes, you got to do it. But, you know, they have to adhere to the AML KYC regulatory requirements and keep our members safe from exposure to illicit funds, okay? So there's a lot of stuff in here that has to be done in order to actually get access to the EDX marketplace, so to speak. So I'm curious to see how all this works out. You have right here the rules. They have a rule book for everything. I haven't looked into this too much. I did send them an email asking if I could talk with them or just kind of get an idea of what exactly they are. But I do think it's fairly interesting to kind of see that there are big institutional players making their moves at this time. See, and hey Daniel, yeah, Pepe is moving up a lot right now. I think 1,000 Pepe, which is on a lot of exchanges because they want to have like 1,000 Pepe to make it like a real number. What is Pepe up to? Yeah, Pepe had that big boom here about a half an hour ago or so. Definitely looking good. Or maybe no, it's like a couple hours ago now. Sorry. Definitely having a big move in the consolidation phase, and hopefully can have another big breakout here pretty soon. You got most altcoins up around 1 to 2%. Hopefully they can go a little bit higher. Find those altcoins that are close to moving averages, and they're going to have the best times, in my opinion, going forward. So I don't know if Tomo was by moving average. I forgot. Oh, see, I'm glad I sold. Yeah, see, on the 4-hour chart, it's close to the 20-day moving average. On the daily chart, it's close to the 50-day moving average. Those are some of the things that I recommend looking at when buying altcoins. It's just something that I think leads to some really solid moves on the upside or the downside when you're shorting. But if you can find something like Ape Token, if it gets a little bit closer the next few days, boom. AVAX gets a little, actually AVAX could be a nice one for today. AXS a little bit closer. Bitcoin Cash, you can see how it had that nicer boom right there through the moving average. Right here, it should have another nice boom here, maybe up to 114 or something like that. But you guys get the point. You guys are looking for some of those large, robust moves. If the coin has fallen down a lot, like a Matic, may not be as robust, but you guys are hoping for some of those larger moves according to the moving averages that kind of pushes to that level of resistance. Let's go back over here to the 5. Keep Bitcoin on our screen so we can kind of see what's going on. And hey, one brick. Yeah, I'm gonna put the Dogecoin and Bitcoin stream back up like right after this stream is done. Basically, I was trying to fix something up today and update some of the Google features, and it turns out that the whole server kind of froze on me, so I had to contact the support. Yeah, need help with my server. See, well, this is what I did today as well. Yeah, it says my server has been fixed. Please try now. And so I will do it right after the stream is done because I got to put the chart back up. I got to put the music back on, and then I got to just put the little Robinhood tickers on it as well. So it might be a little bit later tonight, but after I'm done with this stream, maybe in about a half an hour or so, I'm probably going to Maybe right after the stream is done, I'll start setting it up, but it'll probably take like a cool 20 to 30 minutes to set everything up, though. But yeah, it'll be back up soon. It's not like it's been canceled or anything. I still pay the bills on that thing, that sucker every few weeks, right? Let's see. I like to short and long at the same time, then set the buy and sell orders. Then when I wait, no matter what, I win. That's always a way to go with it, Mr. Joker. I noticed that like when I normally do my trades and I do my altcoin trades, normally what I do, and I think you saw that when I had that Tomo long just a few minutes ago, normally I'll have a price target and a stop loss set, so I usually just leave it alone and I wait for one of those things to hit. So either I lose a few percent on as it goes down and it hits my stop loss, or it hits my target price and I make some money. Or I'm actively watching the market and I decide to sell before it hits either one of those levels. That again, that's what you just saw there with Tomo. But each trader has their own little way, and it's nice to kind of figure out which way you want to go. And keeping a big eye on China. China is approving like 3 exchanges for retail traders and also flirting with giving them a stimulus package. Oh, I'd be interested to see if they have a stimulus package. The only thing about China and crypto is I think it's good overall, but there's no way a Chinese crypto exchange is going to be allowed over here, I don't think. Maybe. I doubt it. Because every time China has something that comes over here and it does very well, we don't like it. TikTok, they're stealing our data. So is every other platform. So, and so it's China, so no. Remember they have that big cell phone company, Huawei? No. Actually, there's somebody on CNBC making the same point today, actually. But whenever China has a good product and they send it over here, if we don't like it, we tend to say, hey, there's something really bad about this, so stop it. But yeah, so I would be encouraged if more people in China or just, any Hong Kong, wherever, if they're able to buy cryptocurrencies, I think that'd be a really great thing, especially for the long term. And we do know that the GDP in China is under some strain right now. So if they're able to get a little bit of GDP off of cryptocurrencies and stuff like that, I think it'd be worth it for them to take advantage of it. And on top of that, we've been hearing all this drama, I guess, about tensions between China and America. Hopefully those are kind of past us for a little bit, for now, at least for a little bit. Just because we had that little bit of a meeting between Blinken and some of the guys over in China. Maybe that'll help us out a little bit. But China needs to up its GDP a little bit here. They're struggling. And if they're struggling, it means we're probably going to be struggling here sooner or later. And hey, Haram, happy to see you back, man. Let me know if you have any questions. And hey, Verde Sauce, what's going on over here? I'm doing very well today. Did a lot of errands, but that's about it. I'm gonna buy a chain necklace here later on this week. My first chain necklace. I used to have one when I was a kid, but I broke it. But I've been telling you guys I wanted to buy a chain necklace for a while, so I went into Macy's and there was one that like $600 or something like that, $625, and I was like, oh, this is a very nice sterling silver necklace, or chain, whatever you want to call it. And the lady says, come back in a couple weeks. It'll be 40% off for the 4th of July sale. And I was like, say no more. I'll be back because I'm not going to spend money if I don't have to. I'm what you call a frugal, wealthy individual. But I don't consider myself super wealthy or uber wealthy. Just enough to kind of buy what I want, but I don't buy those big purchases, I guess you would say. I don't mess with stop loss, probably stupid, but I like to trade it with a handful of coins and that's it. Well, see, my thing is, I have a stop loss a lot of times, especially if it's like part of the plan. If you don't want to have a stop loss, it's not the end of the world. I think it's the end of the world for me because a lot of times I may be trading with 50 or 100x leverage in certain circumstances. So if Bitcoin just plummets 5%, all of a sudden I'm destroyed. So I need to have those stop losses there just in case. But a lot of times, if you're trading with a new token and if you have a stop loss in there, a lot of times you'll hit that stop loss before eventually moving in the way you thought it was, and you just feel destroyed afterwards. China was talking about being stagnant after lockdowns, so thinking about dropping like 2K per person or something like that. Oh, whoa, that could be interesting. I mean, we did it over here, and I don't think China's having inflation like we are, or maybe they are. I haven't been paying attention to the China data as much. Debating selling my Doge. I mean, right now, Bitcoin just broke out. It's having a nice time. It really depends on some of those price targets that you set out for Dogecoin when you bought. A lot of times when I buy Dogecoin, it's a little bit different because you're usually expecting some type of big tweet or some type of larger move with it. If you want to, you could either sell it all now, that's what you're kind of debating, or you could take a sliver off and have a stop loss implemented. So, if Dogecoin is at what, 0.06389, maybe you sell off 50% or 20% or whatever enough is, like whatever feels comfortable to you. And then from there, maybe you have 6 cents being your stop loss. So if it falls back down there, then you're completely out, but you still walked away with a little bit of a profit, even if it was the tiniest profit, Larry, of, like 0.0005%. But at this point, Doge is up just a little bit, not too much, but you could always trim some off if it continues to go up. And if you ever feel like, whoa, it's not moving up like I want it to, you could always feel free to just kind of continue to scale out of it as long as it's in a profit. You just don't want to see that go into negative territory at this point because, Bitcoin is kind of booming up right now, which is a very nice thing to see. You would expect the Fed to start dumping Bitcoin in mass if China bumps the Bitcoin price up? I could definitely imagine America doing that. I could definitely imagine us doing that. What I really want to see happen is I just want that Bitcoin to be sold off to a private institutional player. It could be BlackRock for all I care. It could be, Robinhood, Binance, KuCoin, whatever. I'd rather just see it not be sold on the open market. I'd rather see it just say, hey, anybody want to buy a few $1 billion worth of Bitcoin? Come on down. And I'd feel really good about that. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're just going to sell it on the open market, plunge the price, and then it'll be a mini capitulation where everybody tries to buy into it to get that next low, because at this point, there's not really much to keep Bitcoin going down and down and down besides what the SEC and the American government is doing. Right now, our government is like the most, causing the most headwinds for cryptocurrencies and the price of a lot of our assets that we're holding from going up. It's unfortunate, but again, remember last year it was China cracking down on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now it's America's turn to crack down on all these things. Let's just hope that there's a bill that can get through Congress where everything is fixed up and everything gets figured out from a regulatory standpoint. Because at this point, as all of you guys know, there's hardly any regulation that makes sense. And because of that, the SEC is just going batshit crazy trying to figure out what they could do in order to kind of constrain all of this. And they can't constrain cryptocurrency. It's too difficult. They can try to make it more difficult, and that they are achieving that goal very well. But at the same time, it's not like they're stopping us from trading cryptocurrency. They just don't have that power. They have the power, they're like a bee, right? A wasp. They're stinging us multiple times, but we're still a bear eating our honey. But we're still a bear. Later on, we get to become a bull, I guess, probably sometime next year. Maybe even later on this year if we're lucky. Yeah, no worries, Larry. Staggering out usually helps me out personally. But again, I tend to sell too early. So that's my thing here. You'd be better off putting $600 on Matic Doge or OP than waiting for it to double. Yeah, I mean, normally I just go with my... I just normally go when it to leverage plays. Just because they're shorter time frames for me. So when I did that Tomo play just a few minutes ago, I bought it maybe, I had the open trade for maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes. And in that time, I opened up the trade for Tomo because I've been trading it quite a bit over the past few weeks. I shorted it a lot. What did I do? I went upstairs, I opened some Amazon packages, I got myself a new blender, a Ninja blender that I've been looking for, because my other one broke. I got myself a scale for my new smoothies that I'm making using the Ninja blender. I took Loki out to use the bathroom. And I did some other random stuff. I got myself one of these nectar drinks, Kern's nectar drinks from, I was going to say Scotland, but it's Costco. And then, by the time I come back, I start the stream. like maybe 5 minutes goes by, then all of a sudden we're pumping, and maybe 10 minutes comes, like we're pumping and pumping. Then I'm like, okay, well, Tomo's probably pumping if Bitcoin's pumping. Let me go check this out. And then I sold for like $380 profit, probably $360 profit after all the fees were kind of in place. And I'm like, okay, for like, cool half an hour, 45 minutes of work, I get like $350 minimum. My mind just likes that style. But again, remember, I have ADHD, so I'm zipping and zapping all the time when I'm trading. So when I see that, when I think I got enough money, I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I don't got to worry about it. Because normally I'm zipping and zapping, and I'm zipping and zapping. I remember I told you guys I get my shake my maracas, my anxiety medication. But I haven't taken any of my ADHD medication for a hot minute now because it kind of makes me feel too funny, I guess you could say. Not like ha funny, but just like funny. So I like just having some anxiety pills to keep me from freaking out too much. Not even freaking out. I don't know what you would call it. Worrying. It's all about worrying because as a trader, you can't really worry. But I'm used to taking anxiety pills. I've been taking these suckers forever. But when it comes to ADHD, zip, zip, zip. Some of those short-term trades work very well for me. It's why my natural inclination for trading is actually to be a scalper, because I can zip, 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 10% here, 5% there, 20% there, 30% there, and be done for the day, maybe a couple 5% down or something like that, hitting the stop losses. But a lot of the times when I'm trading, if I'm doing a swing trade, that's one of the reasons I say I have to have my stop loss in place and my target price. So whatever happens, it just hits one or the other, and I know what I'm going to lose. I know what I can get, and I'm either waking up with a nice little plus in my account or a nice little negative in my account at the same time. They'll sell it on Coinbase every quarter. I could definitely see that happening. They'll be doing case law and making the laws during the lawsuits. See, I'm hoping there's a few judges that will stand up against the SEC, and even if it has to go to the Supreme Court, I'm hopeful that they would win, although I don't know if they'd be able to win there. Let's see. But yeah, it definitely explains why they're going to the large names here. The big players have all the market share. But I don't see many institutional players, guys. At this point, like Wall Street people going to Coinbase, Wall Street people going to Robinhood or Binance. There are very wealthy individuals that go to these places, but I don't really see too many trading firms, hedge funds going to these places as of now. Usually they have their own little hedge fund, and they're attached to an exchange, but they're kind of owned by the exchange. You could remember Alameda from the FTX saga. Celsius had one, and I believe talked about FTX, talked about Celsius. There was another one, maybe Voyager had one as well. So Three Arrows Capital, I think, was another one out there. So they're a little bit finicky. Some of those ones are. Made some small trades, Verde Sauce, you made some profit. There you go. If you make some profit, you're good to go. My hedge fund plan, all 2 to 17-year plays, so we don't have stop losses and what we plan on buying more of anyway. With the crypto, I don't know much, so I'm always listening on here. This is a great source of knowledge. I appreciate that, Larry. Yeah, when it comes to the stock market, it's a lot nicer, a lot simpler, because you're going for a nice investment. With Bitcoin, I almost feel like you just try to buy some of the larger dumps when they occur. And then, if you're thinking in the long term, if there's another dump, you just buy. If there's another dump, you just buy. But it's rare that you see like large dumps. Like, go to the weekly chart here for Bitcoin. Oh, this is a NASDAQ. We don't have too many large dumps. We had one large dump right here. One right here during a banking crisis. We had one right here through the FTX saga. You could maybe say this 2-day period, this 2-week period was a big one, or maybe this one over here. Those were some dumps. We had a big one over here through Celsius and Bitcoin. Bitcoin getting hammered by whales. So that would be one dip right there. You got a few coming over here. This is like Voyager or BlockFi breakdowns as well. And you got your normal bull market activity here. But usually when you kind of buy some of these dips, think long term, you're usually going to be just fine. You go back over here to what we saw, I guess this over here is pre-COVID. You're always going to get a lot of dumps, but eventually it ends up working out. You just kind of have to zoom out a little bit more, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Maybe it's better to use this chart for actual example. There we go. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. And that's the way I tend to think about Bitcoin. But you never want to put yourself in a position when you're longing Bitcoin for, you know, an extended period of time. You just never want to put yourself in a position where you can be liquidated. That's what I'm always terrified about when it comes to MicroStrategy. I think their liquidation is price is like $12,000, something very small, something like that. But you know, if I was to buy Bitcoin with a leverage, my leverage would have to be, you know, I would have to be able to withstand Bitcoin going to like $5,000. That's what I would need to have happen in order for me to be okay. Which means even if it does go down to $5,000, my trade would be liquidated, but I'd still have assets on the side. That's how I would have to take how seriously I would take that. But again, I'm much more conservative as far as cryptocurrency, but you can see on the weekly chart here, we did have that breakout. Everything's looking nice. And again, moving averages breaking out galore here. That's one of the reasons we're having a really nice week too. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's go back over to the 5-minute chart, zoom out a little bit more. And we're just watching a nice consolidation pattern as Bitcoin tries to make that next move up. My personal account, I play totally different. It tends to happen that way. People have different strategies based on what they're trading, and that's like the best thing about trading, is you know what works for this, you know what works for that. Don't try to have this this way of thinking where one thing works for everything, and it'll never work like that. You'll end up just losing money. You know, I follow the Reddit page, Wall Street Bets, I think it's called, and like maybe one for options, something like that. Every few days, I keep on seeing people say that they lost like their life savings. They lost like $100,000, lost $50,000, and I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Like $50,000 is no joke, and they're just losing it and losing it and losing it. But if they would have just went slow and invested it, they'd be so much better, and they don't have to worry about making money like you know, 5 weeks from now, a month from now, 2 months from now. You're gonna make money over the long run, and you'll have that money working for you. But instead, they put it on one large options bet or something like that. Then boom, this person lost $30,000. This person lost $50,000. This person lost $200,000. The stupidity out there is just mind blowing, and I think it all comes down to where they've initially start learning how to trade. So, you know, I started to learn how to trade from a book. And a lot of the people that I know that are successful traders, we all started with the very boring books. Then we started looking on YouTube videos. Then we started looking at, you know, trial and error, you know, Trading View, how to use all this type of stuff, TD Ameritrade, whatever, Binance, whatever you guys use in Fairdesk. But, you know, it never hurts just to read a book every now and again. And I think people always forget that because we're kind of so into our phones and stuff like that nowadays. I enjoy reading a nice trading book every now and again. The last trading book I bought, though, my dog, you know, he shredded it a little bit. So I haven't bought one in a hot minute. But usually if I buy a book nowadays, it's about long-term investing and not so much about day trading, because I'm fine with day trading. I just don't try not to be too greedy, you know. There we go. All right. So let's take one more look here. We saw Tomo. Yeah, see, aren't you happy I sold it right there around the 127 mark and went all the way back down here to 122? I don't want to have to worry about that. Okay, let's get out of this for now. Get a CoinDesk. I will keep you guys updated when I learn anything about the EDX markets. Because Wall Street is kind of entering into this new realm, I'd be very happy to... I just want to investigate and see where this goes, everybody. Looks like you got Crypto Wendy over here. I haven't talked to her in a hot minute, but... yeah, I'll see if there's any more news around here. There we go. Get out of here. Get out of my YouTube channel. Get out of my conversation with Babyfish. There we go. Okay. Nothing else there. All right. So, a little bit of a recap here. I'm going to go over here to the 4-hour chart. You can see that we just had this breakout. Everything's looking fine. But if we go over here, Ethereum also trying to break out above the 200 daily 200 moving average in the 4-hour chart. Dollar index is holding off just a little bit. We haven't talked about the dollar index in a hot minute, but it's like in this trading range. You can kind of think of oil and whatnot, but we really haven't had any crazy breakouts as of yet, besides breaking out above some of these moving averages, which has been good. There you go. If we get the dollar to break out here, not a good sign for us, but you know, it'll be a big indicator of which way we move as far as the overall market. ADA, if you guys were looking for something to really buy and get a good chance on, it's going to be some of these things that are getting taken off of exchanges, like the ADAs, what was it, ADA, Solana, and Polygon Matic. Those are probably going to be some good short-term reversals here as Bitcoin continues this breakout. I would not hold them for too much longer than that, unless you guys have a different type of plan for longer term trading. But for the rest of this week, you have an opportunity to see a lot of these different altcoins here, especially the ones that got beaten down hard by all of this news from the SEC, have a good chance of getting like 15-20% back in just a few days, and that's going to be your creme de la creme, so to speak, of what you guys are looking for here. I'm hoping we can make that happen, especially for things like Matic. You guys know how much I love Matic and how much I love to day trade it. And hey X, what's up, Mike? Did you do pump? What'd you do? Pump Bitcoin? No. What do you call? I wasn't so much surprised about this, but I'm surprised about how the force of which it happened. That's why I was posting some videos earlier today and a couple days ago saying, hey, I think Bitcoin's gonna pop, so I'm gonna load up on some altcoins. Hey, I think Bitcoin's gonna pop later on, and then boom, we had some good moves. But yeah, I'm happy we did get. I'm always happy when the market moves in your favor. And oh, Loki's over here wanting pets. Come here, Loki. Loki can say hi to everybody. Ow, him and his claws. There you go. It's not even his claws, it's his paws when he rubs them against your skin. But he's been a very good boy today. He stayed home while I went shopping and stuff, so he's been good. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Good boy. Okay, there we go. All right, back to Bitcoin. But right now, we just had that big breakout above 29,000. We're just having a small pullback for now. Let me see if there's any other tokens that are making some small, like larger moves. What is this? What is this? Oh, this stonks. Daily. Oh, this is that stonks one. Okay. I gotta remember some of these things. Oh, maybe this was taken off of BitGet, I think, because it kept on coming down too much. Maybe that's what happened. Pepe over here is coming back a little bit. If you guys liked Pepe during round 1, you may have a mini round 2 coming up. We finally broke back above that 20-day moving average here. If we can kind of consolidate and hold above this throughout the rest of the day, we have a good chance of Pepe going all the way back up here to maybe, I'm not even going to say that number, but a good 20 to 28%, I would say. Usually I wouldn't try to go so bullish, but because of some of these tokens that have gone up so much in the past few weeks, past month or so, usually those tokens have a really good way of rebounding, and you can see Pepe at this point coming back around a little bit. So for all you Pepe lovers out there, I don't know how many of you guys love Pepe. There's an opportunity for you guys. Arbitrum had a very good day yesterday. I'm expecting this to have a nice little pop today if we can just get above that 50-day moving average. Anything else coming up? It's Bitcoin, XLM, UFO token. Oh, UFO token's ready to blow. That'll be interesting to watch. Sushi, close. Spell, close. We're about to blow here. Sand, close enough. Man, anything else here? XRP. STMX making a move. Small one, though. Anything else? Not much else. Bitcoin has really been the leading the charge here. The only thing I really want to see if you guys are making a trade is this daily chart for Ethereum. I want to see Ethereum break above that 50-day moving average and go up towards $1,900. It wouldn't be the biggest pop, but if you go up to $1,900 from here, that's a cool 5% for Ethereum. You're trading with a 5x or 10x leverage. You're in pretty good hands there. That's what I'd be going along for right now, but you got to wait for some type of consolidation. This thing's just been going up. We missed the last consolidation over here. Look at that. I mean, just talk about going berserk. Another breakout happened. Got to wait for another consolidation period that may last for a few more hours, and then we'll see that nice move that everybody's hoping for. But again, don't be greedy on these. We all have a tendency to be very greedy when we see big pops like this, and for good reason, I guess. We love to make money here. For sure, I took some profit just in case. Hopefully, we see 30 next. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm hoping I wake up tomorrow morning and we wake up to 30K Bitcoin. That'd be freaking great for us. Because again, let's go back over here to this monthly chart. Let's get rid of all these lines and stuff like that. We're getting squeezed in between these two monthly moving averages. Normally, we're not going to talk about monthly moving averages because I don't put the most expectations into them. I don't really think of them as something really crazy or great. But usually, not all the time, usually when we come and play around with these moving averages, there happens to be a little bit more volatility when we're going up and down against them. We're usually not having a pretty, like a quiet type of month when we actually come into contact with them. So again, You might think that we're going to be coming back down at the end of the month, and then we're going to be having a very, very bad month. If you're bullish, you may say, whoa, we can go all the way up here to 33,000 bucks, and then maybe we start to die back down for a little bit later. We'll see about that also. However, 30,000 is not unexpected for Bitcoin right now. That's perfectly reasonable at this point in time. There we go. But moving average is always nice. If Doge hits 0.08, I'm going to go on a little vacation. Do it. I'm going on vacation next month. I'm taking my mother to Vegas here, and she's going to have a blast. I just booked out the rest of our trip, so now it's official. Leaving early morning, getting to the airport maybe around 6 o'clock. From the airport, we're going to go through security, checking our bags, all that type of good stuff. We're going to go hang out in the Alaskan, the lounge they have. Get on the plane, go to Vegas, get picked up by some dude in an Escalade. That's going to be my favorite part. Get myself some complimentary champagne after getting myself drunk on a plane. And then me and my mom are going to get dropped off at the airport. My mom's going to pick up her scooter so she can scoot around the area. Then we're going to go check into the hotel when we're ready. And then we're going to go explore. Then get dinner at a very nice place, Prime Steakhouse, one of my favorite places. A whole bunch of other stuff. So I'm excited for it. Whenever you guys get a chance, go on a vacation. Vacations are always really fun things to do, but we always skip on them a little bit too much. And I like having cheap vacations and expensive vacations. Like a cheap vacation to me is going to Vegas without gambling. An expensive vacation is going to Vegas and to gamble at the same time. But I guess the more you gamble, the more you get comped. So I guess that's one way of thinking about it. Weekly bounced off that 200. That's good enough for me. Yeah, we've seen a lot of moving averages, moving average action, especially for Bitcoin, especially because we've been playing around with that 200 weekly moving average and that 20 weekly moving average as well. That's been causing some really big moves for us. Let's go over here to Bitcoin. So this is your normal simple moving averages here, but you can see how we were looking at some really strong moves here as we broke down and we broke back up, or so we broke out. I think I have a layout here. It should be tutorials for channel. Oh, I don't want to leave. I just want to load a layout. Peach nectar, yum. All right, so here's your, yeah. So you got your simple moving averages over here. Those are your DEMAs. This must be the exponentials. Yeah, here we go. So here we have your EMA. So this is your 200 weekly EMA. You have your 200, you got your 50 weekly EMA, then you got your 20 weekly EMA. We broke down below the 20 here, just ever so slightly. We broke back above the 20 here. Then we actually had the big surge following that. So really volatile weeks. EMAs have been really, really good to us so far. We didn't break down on these like we did with the regular moving averages. Now, as far as everything else, let's go to the EMAs on the daily chart. Still no death cross happening anytime soon. It looks like it'll probably happen, if it does happen, sometime in July, August, later in the summer, so to speak. Or has the summer even started? I think it starts today or tomorrow. Now, afterwards, we got the DEMAs. They did have that crossover, and we had a little bit of a downward move after that, but this is not going to be the same, especially if you guys are looking on the daily chart versus the weekly chart. Weekly chart here, look how high up that 200 is from us. A whole different environment than what we were looking at with the simple moving averages or the exponential moving averages. And the last one here is going to be the TEMAs, but as you guys know, the TEMAs aren't going to really work out on a weekly chart. So if I do the weekly chart, you're going to see how they just don't look too right here. Maybe look okay to you, but for me they don't. But anyway, actually let me see. Chart. Okay, good. So far here for Bitcoin, let me get this. What is this? Squeeze momentum indicator. Yeah, I mean, we're squeezing up here, at least from this one. Squeeze up, and now we see the big movement here. Oh, but yeah, this is the weekly one, isn't it? Well, on the weekly here, we're running up into a little bit of a resistance. Again, this level doesn't really matter all too much to me. You can mostly see this top neckline break, you know. But we're in a good spot. I think that's one of the things I've been trying to reiterate to people over the past few weeks is, even though Bitcoin's been coming down, we're still in a pretty good spot. Altcoins are not in a good spot. Now they're looking a lot more bullish because Bitcoin's making that strong move up. But as you guys know, altcoins have been just getting decimated, especially as Bitcoin has been gaining that dominance day after day after day. And it's been kind of depressing to watch some of these altcoins come off. Let's see. I'm holding 450k Dogecoins. Oh man, you're definitely holding that for the next bull market. I'm at the 50 on the weekly. Oh yeah. No worries, man. Dude, you know how many moving averages I see in a day? There's quite a bit here. But again, when it comes to Bitcoin, we're fine. Look at those golden crosses happening right now. We haven't had those in a hot minute. This is since May 7th. Give it some time. We'll probably have a pullback here over the next 24 hours. That pullback is going to be a great opportunity for people to invest and start buying into altcoins or Bitcoin. The one thing, as always, is just be very careful if we start breaking back down. So if all of a sudden we're coming all the way back down here to 27,300, then you're like, uh-oh, was that a false breakout, or are we just consolidating for a longer breakout? And you have to think about maybe mid-July, late July type of stuff. I'm hopeful that we can continue moving up, but I don't want to fall down below this this trend line right now. I want to stay aggressive as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Because if you guys go over here to Twitter, I bet there's people freaking out about this, or at least having some fun. Let's go. Kick, who's next? Oh yeah, I'm gonna try streaming on Kick here pretty soon. There we go. Yeah, this was just coming in like 15 minutes ago or something like that. Excuse me. So just in, let me zoom in here for you guys to see. There you go. Just in, 1.5 trillion asset manager Invesco reactivates spot Bitcoin ETF filing. So all of a sudden, everybody is trying to get a Bitcoin ETF spot filing. I don't know what's going on here, but like somebody's leading the charge and everybody else is just saying, oh, let's join it and see what happens. I'm hopeful that it'll get passed, but I don't know what was the catalyst that started all these companies saying, hey, let's go for it. Because they're all going to have to buy Bitcoin if they get this spot ETF. They're going to have something going on here. Because Bitcoin can be very volatile. The U.S. government right now, after first suing Coinbase and Binance, and now this, then we told them crypto was a scam, right? It's always the funniest thing because the government is trying hard to get us to sell our crypto so hedge funds and the rich can actually go in and buy it. Ooh, Costco is trending in politics. I got myself a Costco card the other day. I'm very proud of it. I love this scene, but I don't know what it has to do with this. Let's see. That lobbying money smelling real good right now. I mean, people do not have faith in the SEC at this point, and I think this shows it pretty clearly. Gary Gensler, I think that's a bull behind him, but I'm not entirely sure. That must be a wrestler right there with his nice crown, Charlemagne style. But yeah, another one. Yeah, so a lot of stuff's going on as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Let me go over here. Let me go. Can I go home? What is it? Search for me. Okay, Costco, OceanGate. What is OceanGate? Trump Jr., Katy Perry, Pentagon, JFK Jr., Sarah, Charles Schwab. Maybe Charles Schwab. Something. So breaking, U.S. is launching its own crypto exchange. A group of America's largest investment firms, including Citadel, Charles Schwab. Oh no, this is that EXD thing that we've been talking about earlier. But that's not for everyday people. That's only for hedge funds. And I'm wondering, is there going to be a large player that can actually go in and get everyday Americans, I guess for now, and say, hey, use our exchange, use our exchange to trade in futures or spot, or use it to earn like 5% back on your stable coins. Or is an exchange like that going to be allowed? I really hope so. Now, I'm okay with Binance. I'm okay with Binance US, KuCoin, all the exchanges out there, and I really don't have any problems with them. But if the government is going to try to take down a lot of these exchanges like Coinbase and Binance US, well, I would hope they have a backup plan for that, I don't want to have to go to some larger exchange, like some centralized exchange, in order to buy my cryptocurrency. Because then they're going to try to find, they're going to have too much, I don't know, they're going to see too much of my crypto, so to speak. I don't want them to see everything that I do with my crypto, like transferring it here, there, everywhere. Feels weird. But I guess that's kind of how most things work when I do my E-Trade or TD Ameritrade type stuff. They usually see where I transfer my money, but it just feels weird with crypto because I like to transfer from wallet to wallet to wallet. From exchange that has better earnings potential here, or an exchange over here that has better, like the earn, like 4%, 5%, stuff like that. I don't know. I don't trust the government. I think that's what it boils down to. I don't trust the government here. Anything else though, as far as news? Yeah, EDX right here, or EDXM. Oh, I guess maybe it's EDX. Oh, I don't know what the M stands for. Oh, EDX markets. There we go. Okay. Anything else? This is all from today. Yeah. BlackRock, Citadel, Deutsche Bank, and Charles Schwab sharpen your senses. You must. Big boys entered. Yeah, exactly. Let me go over here very fast. I want to see if I can go to Bitcoin. Anything in the last few minutes? All these airdrop scams. I don't know what they are. People are always posting these, but I just never pay attention to them. Maybe I'm desensitized to it. Bitcoin going up. Anything else here? US dollar, your money infinite. 21 million Bitcoin. Anything else here? No, just some memes of Bitcoin going around. Okay. There we are. You buy Ethereum and Bitcoin on Fidelity right now? See, what do you call it? I think Fidelity is a really good website because of that, or pretty good exchange because of that. But they got in a little bit earlier. I wanna see the equivalent of a Binance that's made in the US, but all the bells and whistles. I just don't know how that's gonna happen. Because don't we have Kraken and Gemini and stuff like that? I thought the SEC came down on them pretty hard, but I'm not entirely sure if they're able to win those court cases or if they gave up. And hey, X, yeah, they're not necessarily accredited investors. Although I'm sure that everybody that invests in this is an accredited investor, but it mostly comes down to what, like, they work for a firm. The firm is going to be placing the money in the EDX markets and they can manage it there. But it's not like somebody's going to be doing day trading, I don't think, using Bitcoin. I think they're just going to be buying up a large amount of Bitcoin. They're just going to sit on it for a while, then sell when they feel like they made enough profit, and do the same thing over and over and over again. But at a certain point, there's only so much Bitcoin to go around. So how are they going to try to accumulate their Bitcoin? They're probably just going to have to go to miners and go to, not go on the exchange. I think they're smart enough to understand this, but keep your eyes out, because you should be hearing more and more about certain deals being done behind the scenes as far as what Wall Street people are buying, or what the EDX markets are buying and so forth here. But again, if EDX markets is lucky, maybe they'll be able to buy the Bitcoin from the government. I would love to see that happen. Be back, steak, sweet potatoes. Oh, wait, steak, sweet potatoes, and salad. Ooh, that sounds really good. Oh, snap. I got a steak on my counter over there. I was going to eat, but now I'm not going to eat anymore because I got a snack on the way back home. It's a good old piece of New York strip. But yeah, I got to get it later on. I got to put it back in the freezer. Anything you do with Coinbase is getting reported? Oh, that I definitely believe. I use Coinbase to move money back to my bank account. So, if I make a profit off of on Fairdesk or KuCoin or whatever, I transfer it over to Coinbase, and from Coinbase I sell it, pay all those ridiculous fees, and then I'll send it right over to my bank account. Usually it'll be instant transfer. I had to pay an extra fee for that, but I always like to have it just ready to go. I've been too pessimistic about all the scary stuff that's been happening every time an exchange goes down. Oh yeah, you were withdrawing money. Oh, now you don't get to withdraw that money. I don't play that game no more. I don't play that game. Those airdrop scams of bots. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, there's just so many of them though. There's so many of them. I don't see them too often, I guess you would say. But when you actually search for Bitcoin, you search for Ethereum, they are all over the place. And one of the reasons I don't search too much. One of the things I'm looking to do here pretty soon is add short videos of mine onto Twitter, and I want to add some what do you call those things? Some of my longer format videos on Twitter as well, because I'm hoping later on Twitter will become a search engine. I'm hoping, and then my stock videos and my finance videos and my crypto videos will all rank over there and get me some money. I always like to make money with the YouTube and the social media aspect of it, even though I guess it's not nearly as much as I guess trading is. Oh, it's right here. Verde sauce. Everybody wants some good old food. Don't be grunting at me, or not grunting. Loki's grunting at me because he wants to go play and have some food. Yeah, there you go. You can have some good little head scratches. All right. But let me see here. Anything making big moves? AXS seems to be one that's still making some pretty large moves here. Everything else is still pretty mild. It's following along, but nothing crazy, I would say. You got Spell looking to make a double top here, unless Bitcoin can really make that breakout. But everything is, guys, everything is kind of working out pretty well. All right. So I'm gonna end the stream here. I gotta go run to my mom's house very fast and do some work for her and put my steak back in the freezer. Actually. But right after this, I'm going to put the Dogecoin stream back up. It'll take a few minutes, but I'll put it back up. Then I'll go run over and do my errands. Later on tonight, if the market is still kind of going a little bit busy, it might not be until, I think, 10 o'clock at night. But I'm going to try to stream again at 10 p.m. tonight, maybe till 11 o'clock, so we can kind of see how much further this rally goes. I want to see Bitcoin sometime tonight, at least try to make a run for 29,500 or so. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be an interesting thing to just watch, right? And is that, as far as that next level of resistance, it's about 29,333. The high part of it's kind of around 29,815. You got a nice little order block right here. You can get a free, you can use this free indicator if you want to. It's on TradingView. It's called Smart Money Concepts. And you just make sure the order blocks turn on and you guys will be just fine. So I'll see you guys a little bit later. I will be live again around 10 p.m. my time, and I'm also going to be going live twice tomorrow because we are seeing a lot more volatility. I don't think I have any more errands besides picking up some dog food tomorrow and maybe going to the beach, but I can push the beach out, especially if it's not too sunny. So see you guys a little bit later.